Good morning, guys. Um, I'm in a different location making this video this morning, but I want to I want to try to kind of be quick and to the point on this video, so I don't what's the word? I don't want to jabber on too much. I want to kind of get straight to the point. Um, Someone had asked me a question on Facebook, and I really can't remember what the question was. Maybe I should have looked it up again, but it was something pertaining. Oh, I remember what it was. The question was pertaining to why black people that are in influential positions, such as judges, such as lawyers, such as actors, and things like that, that can make a difference in the life of other black people who don't have those kinds of opportunities, and they can really make a difference. Why don't they? So what I was telling them was that there are different types of black people. I mean, one of the things, before I really start trying to explain that and break that down, one of the things that is such a big problem and such a horrible thing here in America is stereotypes. Stereotypes, labels, and putting people in certain groups and judging them by that. Now, if you ask me, that was done upon the inception of this country. That's not something that people did to themselves. I mean, say for example, black people didn't put themselves in ghettos and then start calling themselves niggers and thugs and hood rats and all this kind of stuff. These things were done to them, and these names were given to them. Most of the derogatory names that people wear and groups wear were given to them by um, those who are in charge in this country. And that's one of the things that we really need to um, admit. You know, the stereotypical names, the stereotypical ideologies, the stereotypical um, way that we judge people and label people. Usually, those people didn't put that upon themselves. You know, so with that said, um, we have to recognize and look at the fact that everybody in this country is put into a certain um, box. They're put into a certain category. They have labeled, as you always hear me say, they have labeled Muslims as terrorists. Okay? They have labeled black people. I mean, we have so many labels, but things like lazy, things like nigger, things like um, we don't take care of our children, the black man doesn't work. I mean, all of these things are labels and stereotypes of black people. White people are supposed to be the smart ones, the educated ones, the rich ones, the whatever. That's their category. Hispanic people are all supposed to be illegal, do drugs, lazy, so they have their category, and it's just, I don't agree with any of it. It's all wrong. But stereotypes and labels are a, a huge issue for us in this country. And racism is not going to stop until stereotypes stop. Because, well, I don't think it's ever going to stop in this country, But in order for people to start talking about, oh, we need to end racism and all of this, you can't do that because everybody's stuck into a stereotype. And once again, that's part of this the system that has been built that has to be broken or dismantled or whatever. I mean that that would probably take generations for that to happen because it was built through generations. So um, anyway, um, the question that I was asked about why certain black people in certain positions of influence don't do things to that would make a big impact on all black people. Now, in so many ways, before I get into breaking down different types of black people, which we ought to know, there's different kinds of white people, there's different kinds of Chinese people, there's different kinds of Hispanic people. I mean, there's no one set group of people that are one particular way. They're all this, they're all that. But um, that is the problem that we have made in America because, like I said, we stick everybody in a category. So, um, trying to keep this thing from being shaky. um, so we, it's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. And so, there are those who would say that those who have gotten to a certain position or whatever has no responsibility whatsoever to reach back and do anything for anybody who has not made it. You know, that attitude is out there. Then you have those who feel like those who are in a position of any kind of influence should do something to make an influence on those, even especially in their group, who are less fortunate because they can. I'm personally going to leave that to that because I can't make a call on that either way. Well, I'm going to just say I think that they should. That's just me. I just think that if you can make a change or you can help someone or you can do something to help change someone's situation, and it does not have to always be monetarily, you should. Sometimes people in positions of influence can say things that influence a whole lot. It doesn't always have to be about money. You need to, give your money to the poor people. I'm not saying that. I think there's a responsibility in that too in certain instances, but it could just be you speaking. It could just be your presence. It could be, you building something or creating something that could help a lot of people. So anyway, the three different types of black people. I have put them in categories where you have what are, in my opinion, true black African minded people. Then you have those black people who are what I'm going to say Negroes, who I put in the category of coons slash Uncle Toms. Then you have what I just call just straight niggers. And let me say straight up, coons, Negroes, Uncle Toms, whatever you want to call them, and niggers have been created. They have both been created. They have been created by white supremacy. They have been created by white society to help white supremacy fight against true black people, true African minded, true black centered, true black culture loving, true family oriented black people. I believe the coon, Negro, whatever, I'm just going to call them Negroes from here on out. The Negro and the nigger has been created by the white man to help to tear down black people. It's one of their weapons. And this might sound foolish to you. I don't know, but this is what I believe, because We know the nigger has been created. We know that when those African slaves came here, or there's a lot of talk about black people who were already here in America when, they were already here. And I believe that. I believe they were here. So, despite the fact when white people came and began to say that this was their land and take over it, there was no niggers. That was not a nigger mentality. There's a nigger mentality that has been created, that is lazy, that is shiftless, that is good for nothing, that is doesn't take care of their kids, that go and populate and make 15, 16 babies or whatever. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but doesn't take care of them, that goes to prison, that doesn't have a job, that doesn't want to have a job. There are those who fight against true black culture, and those of us who want to liberate, of us who want to rise, those of us who walk around with a sense of pride and dignity. The nigger tears that facade down because he works for white supremacy in the negative way, in not only how he acts, how he dresses, how he carries himself, how he, and I mean, we look at rappers and things like that, and we look at, the ones on the street and everything. All of that it's fashion. It's style. It's fashion. It's hip hop culture. It's you know, saggy pants, the hat on, the t-shirt, or whatever. And white people, like I say, are the ones who put people in these categories and stereotypes, because they will look at a black man dressed like that, and he's a no good shiftless nigger, and he is going to steal from me, and I better hurry up and get in my car and clutch my purse because you know there's a group of them, but at the same time, white boys who steal that culture, and white boys who um, uh, adopt the black culture or whatever, they're cool, they're hip. It would be hard really to go through a white suburb and not find a lot of the white boys who imitate black culture. But as I say, it's the stereotypical mentality where it's, if you're black and doing it, you're a nigger. If you are white and doing it, you're cool. Same thing with the women. White girls who wear braids, white girls who wear the big earrings, white girls who only date black guys, all this. They're cool, they're hip, they're beautiful, they are trend setting. All of a sudden, Kim Kardashian has a certain thing called well, her braids, her box braids are supposed to be Kim Kardashian's. And they're nothing but straight cornrows that black people have been wearing forever. But like I say, a black woman does it, she's ghetto, she's hood. If she rolls her neck, she's ghetto, she's hood, she whatever. If a white girl get on TV and yell at a man and act a certain way and pops gum and all of this, she's cool. And like I say, I don't understand that, but that still, like I say, is all a part of that nigger persona that has been created. Okay, let's get on the coon. The coons are, I'm sorry, the Negroes that I put in that category are the ones who are in positions of influence. These are your, like I say, your bankers, your doctors, your ones who have left the black community and do not look back. These are a lot of those who I would even say maybe be in interracial relationships. And let me stipulate, even though it's not going to make a difference, because I'm still going to get some black man who comes on here and says ugly, derogatory things. So I'm already ready for it. But I'm not talking, and I have no problem, no issue with interracial dating. If you love somebody, whatever, hey, it's your business. Do it. I'm talking about these Negroes who go and get a person of another color, race, whatever, another race, and then bashes and dogs the black community, the black woman, the black children. I mean, we have those. And if we are honest with ourselves, we will tell the truth. We have those. So these are your, let me give you an example. These are your ones, a lot of actors, a lot of even basketball stars and sports celebrities. These are your ones like your Raven Simones and your, who's that other one? Oh, Charles Barkley. And I mean, it's a bunch of them out there, but these are the ones who are always speaking. Tracy Dash, Stacey Dash. These are the ones who are always talking against black culture. These are the ones who are always talking about, saying the same things that white supremacists say about black people. And these Negroes hurt, damage, and abuse the black community so bad. And black people are always wondering, well, they're black like me. Why do they say that? Why do they, why do they act like that? Because they're not they're Negroes. They're coons. I mean, they're not people like Raven Simone. People like a lot of black people who were raised in the suburbs, who were not raised around black people or black culture, who went to maybe predominantly white schools, who maybe have gone to prestigious college and things like this. I mean, it's going to be rare that you're going to find a black person like that who is black centered, black culture. I mean, truly black centered, black culture, black minded. Want a black spouse. Want to build up black. Has black liberation on their mind and heart, black issues on their mind and heart. Usually, these people, those Negroes, have the same mentality, same ideals, and everything that white supremacists have. And it's because they have been separated from black people. They have never really grown up around me. Raven Simone, I'm just throwing her out, but because people pick on her a lot, whether it's valid or not, it's not mine. But anyway, was raised on TV. I mean, she was what, 3 on the Cosby Show, and she grew up in Hollywood. She grew up. I mean, she didn't grow up in the ghetto. She probably has never drank Kool-Aid. She probably has never went to an all-black party. She has never been with us. So why do we expect her to take up our causes? Why do we expect her to say anything different on our behalf besides something that's mean and nasty and probably totally wrong? And she's totally wrong because she doesn't know us. People talk about Barack Obama all the time. Well, Barack Obama can do this for black people, and he can do that, and he can do this for black people. Barack Obama, from what I understand, his grandma was a rich white bank president. So he didn't grow up around black people. He didn't grow up with us. I remember him saying that his mom or his grandma, whatever, taught him about civil rights, told him about these things. So whether she did or not, he is not culturally what you would say black, black, black. Okay. So we broke down the Negro, and I'm kind of trying to rush a little bit only because of, my time. We broke down the Negro. The nigger is the one that will sell himself. He will sell his soul. He will sell out his whatever to um, for the gain of anything that white supremacists may have. He and the coon are pretty closely related because they were both created by white supremacy. Niggers, what I would describe that as is, I'm not saying all rappers, but these are these rappers who would get up and cuss black women out, call black women all kind of bees and hoes and all this kind of stuff. And these are the ones who would get on stage and sell their soul and sell out their community and sell out, say that they're on drugs and that they're in the prison life and everything for money. And a lot of these guys who used to get up here as rappers and everything, they're straight line. They're not hood. They didn't grow up in the ghetto. They wasn't living no shoot 'em up police uh, drug style lifestyle, but they're selling that. And to me, that is detrimental to the black community, which is why I say they're not black. They're not black minded. They're not true black people because they're doing things that causes black people to be looked down upon and to be looked bad upon and to be continually stereotyped. You know, they're no help. They're no help. The Negro, the nigger, they're no help to real true black people who have a black cause, who's trying to move forward, who are trying to do things for the community, for the race, for the people who celebrate and identify with black power, which does not mean that you hate black people. It just means you love and want to lift up your culture. Um, but anyway, yeah, I mean, I may have to kind of do a part two to this. I don't really know. But the black person, the black minded individual, loves his people, he loves his culture. He's not going to do anything, he or she is not going to do anything to make themselves look bad, to bring shame upon their people. They're not going to be calling black women bitches and hoes. They're not going to, they're going to do these things that don't promote these stereotypes. They're about black liberation. They love Africa. They love, their people, their culture, their food, they love black. They love being black. I wouldn't trade being black for anything on this earth. And that's just me. But yeah, so you have, and there may be some more that you all can think of that maybe you want to, chime in on, but, every black person is not the same. Every black person is not about black causes. They're not about black liberation. They're not about um, black, taking a stance. And, like I said, you have these other categories of black people that have been created who work for and you work for white supremacy. But and most of them don't even know what they're doing. Most of them don't even realize that they're doing this, but they do. They do it, and they are doing it, and it's bad. So anyway, I hope that I helped to explain this good enough. Just kind of speaking impromptu, just kind of out of my head. And so I hope that you got an understanding of it, that all of us are not the same. All of us are not the same. We all come from different backgrounds. So you can't look for one black person to take up a certain black cause just because their skin is black. It's just not going to happen. So, anyway, I hope that you all have a good day. Hope you all have a good week. I think I'm going to come back probably with another video today, maybe. And I thank you all so much for watching, and you have a great day.